Welcome to another episode of Tribe Talk. And I am super excited to have Sabuj with me. He has done his graduation from Delhi University, and this was his third CAT attempt. And he got 18 out of 20 IIM calls. He got all of the Blackie except Bangalore and Kozhikode. Apart from that, this was a long journey, and now we are going to delve deeper into it and get to know basically how it went about and how is he feeling now. So, hi Sabuj, welcome.
Hi, Kopal. Glad to have you taking my interview. And yeah,
Great. So, first question is going to be please tell us about your background.
I come from Jamshedpur. I completed my schooling from here, from LFS, and thereafter I moved to Delhi. I to complete my graduation. I graduated in 2019 from Ramjas College, Department of Economics. I am an eco grad, and I have a 5 pointer in my graduation. And yeah, since then I've been taking odd jobs, and currently I was working in an IT tech startup in Gurugram. The company goes by the name Webority. It's an amazing company, amazing people there, and yeah, that is pretty much it. I'm going to join IIM Calcutta next month.
And I can see the happiness on your face, and I can see the happiness on my face also. Congratulations. But the journey to IIM Calcutta has been a long one, right? And I
Yeah.
just don't want to know about the highs. I want to know about the lows as well.
Yes, in fact, there have been more lows than highs. This was my third CAT attempt. Pehli bar when I gave the CAT, it was in 2019, CAT 19, and I got a shortlist from Kozhikode. Uh, I think it was 14th May 2020, and the result of Kozhikode came out, and I wasn't even waitlisted. Yeah, it's been a very long journey. That is what makes it even more sweet. I'm just grateful that the decisions I took paid off, and I would just like to say that I hope I am able to help more people now, because this journey has taught me a lot and made me a better man.
I want to know basically how it started. When did you decide that you wanted to give CAT seriously? And what exactly, how did you prepare about it? Were you clueless or you had a coaching guidance? What did you do?
Yeah, so the first time I heard about an IIM, I was in standard 9, I would say, class 9, and one of my relatives was got into IIM Lucknow, and everyone was like, "Whoa, big deal, big deal." And I was pretty average in class, and I was like, "Okay, that is a target that I want to set." So by the time I was in standard 10, I knew I had to do my MBA. I didn't know then why MBA. It was just like MBA is something cool back then. But yeah, I knew I had to do my MBA. So in standard 11, against my family, I went ahead and I took commerce. In fact, at that time, I was the first one taking commerce, and coming from Jamshedpur, people aren't that aware of the scope of commerce. But yeah, it was a big decision, and eventually my family started supporting me. And after class 12, as I said, I moved to Delhi. When I came to Delhi, I met seniors who were all already pursuing, who were way ahead of me, and some of them were joining these schools. I remember a few seniors. Chiranjeev is one of them. I would like to mention him. He got into Antico, and my direct seniors, I was in contact. They were in Delhi School of Economics. So when I saw them, I saw the change in their personalities, the way in their thought process, how they analyze stuff, how they thought about life in general. I think what I got an idea from an MBA is it gives you a holistic experience. Obviously, there's the good part, there's the networking part. You get good roles. It has its perks, but as I said, it gives you a lot of perspective. And yeah, that was how I wanted. I wanted to live my life. I wanted perspectives in my life. So when I was in my second year, I had started seriously giving it a thought. But my first major prep came after graduation. I would say yes. So talking about coaching, in my first two attempts, yes, I did take coaching. But in my final attempt, I went all out and I went all alone, because in my head I knew I had only one attempt in me, and that was the third and last attempt. And I'm glad it paid off.
Third time's a charm, right?
Third time's a charm.
Great. So so most of your prep in the third year was with your job as well, right?
Yeah, just after I graduated, I would say, yeah, just after I graduated, I started working. But then there was COVID. I was remotely working in another company. And in February, I got placed in as I said, I got placed in Webority, and amazing culture in Webority. I would like to give a huge shout out to Navneet sir. And Navneet sir, if you listen to this, and Ashraf sir, thank you so much, and thank you so much for supporting me. How hardworking my colleagues were. I thought that no, if they are hardworking, everyone has a dream. Sir has a good dream. Yeah, so I was like, I don't want to give up on my dream. Yeah, that is how the journey began for my third and final attempt. And yes,
Great. So, Sabuj, I want to know that. So there is one leg of the preparation, which is the CAT preparation, and then there is another leg of the preparation, which is the interview phase. And I think all of us put 90% of ourselves into the CAT preparation and
yeah.
10% of ourselves in the interview.
Yes, the real battle begins when you clear CAT, because the crowd that comes in, everybody has, even those who have not got a shortlist. You can have various reasons. CAT is just an exam, I would say. A lot depends on the D-Day. A lot depends on your emotional quotient, if you're able to gather yourself. So
Yes.
for people who are watching this, who haven't got a good attempt, guys, relax. तीसरा attempt था मेरा. I know people who've given 4, 5, 6 attempts. So be resilient, and there's no problem in you. You can do it. That is what I would say. Um, as you
So
said, the real thing, we exert 90% of our everything in CAT, but the real battle begins after that. I would say take a break, take 10 to 15 days, aram se chill karo. And if you get a shortlist, go all in, and be yourself, because I believe that yes, there's a lot of competition, and yes, there's a lot of very good crop of people that enter the race with you to get that coveted IIM seat, especially the Holy Trinity, if I have to be extremely specific. But I believe that if you're authentic and if you are yourself in the interview, you will stand out from the crowd.
your dream call, you got it in your third attempt. This is my favorite question. Why two anonymous people? Why did you trust them? And what made you choose btribe?
So yeah, the first time I heard about btribe was through IIM Calcutta, the Instagram page. What I loved was, when I first interacted with the admin of the page, he was very patient. The first time I interacted, I was like, ठीक है, इसका कितना पैसा होगा? I was like, ठीक है, this is it. You get this, and we are there to help you. Now everyone says we are there to help you, but the patience with which he wrote the text, I could feel it. I was when I got to be a part of B Tribe. I felt like a family member. It was like everyone was trying to help everyone, be it the group discussions or the chill sessions. That is what B Tribe gave me, apart from the interview exposures. So yeah, I am really grateful to B Tribe.
Another thing is, Sabuj, I remember you being so this guy converted Joka, and now you should have seen him excited for Shillong. He was so excited. He put out a LinkedIn post. You put it out on everywhere. You put it as your WhatsApp status, Instagram status, everywhere.
I didn't put it on WhatsApp.
Excitement you had for Shillong call. Is Shillong special to you? What, why?
So the thing is, Shillong was my first convert this year, and frankly, I wasn't expecting, to convert Calcutta, or even for Calcutta. The thing is, I was grateful more than being excited, I was grateful, I was relieved, because when the link was out yesterday and in the morning, and they hadn't updated the database, so it was like कि, ठीक है, शाम तक आएगा result, and eventually it came out, and there was a glitch in the system. When I first logged in, it was like, you're not shortlisted. My mother was in the kitchen, she was cooking dinner. I went to her and I told her कि नहीं हुआ. She's like, okay, ठीक है, एक और बार login करके देख लो. I was like, ठीक है, let's give it a shot. नहीं हुआ है ऐसे तो. But when I logged in again, I was like, what? It was showing rejected, and now it's saying congratulations. So I was like, are they congratulating me for being rejected? But so I was like, what is this? So my mother snatched the phone, went to a different room. She started reading, and she was like, oh my god. And I was like, oh my god. So yeah, I am grateful. I am relieved. But yeah, I know a lot of people were behind me, and that is why I converted this. I will try to always be myself, and I will try to not let you guys or anyone who's been with me down. And I'm sorry for the mistakes that I've made.
This is probably living it also, like I feel the emotion more strongly because that journey, like you go through it. So I want to really ask, was there a time in the entire preparation where you felt ab to nahi hoga? Abhi to nahi.
Yeah, and I think you know about it because see, Calcutta was my first interview, 9th February, I remember the date. उसके बाद 14th Feb को इंदौर था, 20th को I went to Ahmedabad, and after that on 24th it was Lucknow. So I remember the dates, and
Okay.
my Lucknow interview was shambolic. Was hoping for a CAT interview, and they were throwing questions of UPSC from me, and it was shambolic. After the interview, Kopal was like, "How did it go? I'm sure you might have killed it." I was like,
That was us interacting for the first time.
"Yeah,
And we were just nervous about the interview. And I called him after my interview to ask him how was his interview because it is my best call. So, how was it?
So Kopal is like, "How did it go?" I was like, "It
He
was
busted on me, okay? He was just
like,
screaming on me,
yeah,
saying,
yeah."
I
He was
had
like,
the
"Use
worst
the
teacher.
inhaler."
My life is a sham. This IMC guy just busting out on random stuff. You know what happened in my life? This happened, and I could feel it that it's a breaking point.
Yeah, so that literally broke me because I was happy by just getting a call from A and C, but I knew that I had a good shot at L, and they just burnt my call in front of me. So I was very depressed, but credit to Kopal and everyone in the tribe, they got me back up, and yeah, the rest is history, I would say.
But there is something that we need to tell the aspirants in this that it happens in your best calls or short calls that the interview just the game changes. They ask you random questions and you have to stay calm because it's a very, very long process.
Absolutely. I would say, you know, even if you're not prepared well, you will never be prepared well for an interview because there are a lot of things to cover in a very short span of time. If I have to say, कितना cover करोगे यार? मतलब you'll cover your job, you'll cover your graduation subjects. You've given 4 years to a subject, to a degree. You can't cover that in a month. You've been working for 2 years. You can't cover that in a month. Uh, Apart from that, there are so many other subjects that you need to be aware of. There is current affairs. You cannot cover everything. So cover as much as possible, and then just try to be quick on your feet. And at the end of the day, as Kopal said, try and be calm because they will test you. They will definitely test you. But if you're calm, and if you're authentic, and if you're true to yourself, you will make it. I am sure of that.
Another thing that is there is that it's, I know CAT seems difficult. I think this is something that has to be there. When we were prepping, I didn't see it in any video. everybody used to talk about the strategy, the way you have to study, the books you have to refer, but understand this is going to be 1.5 year of just logging. And there will be good days and bad days. Consistency is the key, and cat is a very short thing of that, and probably the easiest.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I always thought that to ace cat, you do not need to know the answers to all the questions. If you ask about my strategy, my weakest area was quantitative ability. I was never a great student of mathematics, and ironically, I'm going to IIM Calcutta, which is known for its mathematics. So I think the struggle will be there even inside the campus. But if you ask me about the strategy specifically for quant, I would say go for arithmetic, algebra, and geometry. If you ace that, you're set. Absolutely no questions about that, specifically for cat. But if you're preparing for arithmetic, algebra, and geometry, you'll manage your DILR as well, and just try to read verbal, and just try to solve as much as possible in verbal. Because verbal you'll need to be patient. And you'll have to increase your reading speed. But apart from that, don't go with the mindset that I need to solve the entire paper. Go with the mindset that I will see how the paper goes. Just go with the flow, I would say, because the more you stress on it, the more you're going to lose it.
Now that you told the cat strategy, I really want to know the interview strategy. How did you prepare for it?
So I would again, give a lot of credit to btribe, because their approach was very good. What they did was, basically made us write all the answers at one place, and get it verified. And my mentor told me to, admin 2, admin 1, both of them told me to be as authentic as possible, and just lay down your real story. And that is what I did. That is why I stress on the point of on being so authentic. As I said, I am a 5 pointer, which means I did not have amazing grades. So if you have a black spot in your CV, you don't need to be afraid, but you do need to be prepared, because questions will be asked. Not only from an HR point of view, why were your grades low, but also from your course, because when you sit for an interview, you're expected to be prepared for whatever questions you're thrown, even if you do not know the answers, and you're expected to be as genuine as possible. So my strategy always was to not cliche or stereotype anything. जो problems थी वो problems थी. How I dealt with those problems at that specific point of time, and I would not say that was the best possible solution, but that was the best possible solution for me at that point of time, at that mental capacity, and from an emotional and physical level as well. So be as genuine as possible with regards to what you need to learn. Again, go through the recent current affairs, go through the course. Uh, if you have an overall idea, I think you are good enough. Know your role, I would say, and definitely know your role if you're working, and try to big up the company you're working for.
Another thing I want to ask is, how many roast interviews did you have with that?
How many what interviews did I have?
Roast interviews. Roast.
Oh, roast interviews. Yeah. So luckily, I had only 2 roast interviews. One was Ahmedabad and the other was Lucknow. Lucknow was pretty bad, I would say. Uh, I have been roasted before. Ahmedabad was very academically grilling. But yeah, Lucknow was all over the place. As I said, it was shambolic. And yes, everyone has a breaking point. Even if you are very cool, very calm, if you've given 10 mock interviews, if it is your fifth original interview, real interview, you can break at any point, any question.
Interviews, Sabuj, I meant the roast interviews with admin 2.
Oh,
The
okay.
mock interviews that he.
Admin 2, yes, I've had a couple of roast interviews by admin 2. My first interview was a roast interview by admin 2, but I think I was able to give a good account of myself. I remember my first interaction with admin 2. He was like, You're good, you're dynamic, you say a lot, you're a good orator, but you need to listen. You're not listening. You need to give people a chance. I think that played well because there were no group discussions this year. At least group discussions that I were a part of. So I think it played to my advantage.
Yes, he's known for giving those hard interviews. I
Yeah.
think we call them bouncers in btribe, and those are
Yes,
important to
yes,
crack
yes,
the real
definitely,
interviews.
definitely, definitely.
One thing I would want to ask you is any message for the future aspirants, those who are just slogging hard right now.
Yes,
And then for them, you will be the headline, ki, oh, Sabuj converted Joka, and now we also want to go.
anyone can go. Anyone can go. I would like to say this in front of the camera. Listen, I was never a topper. Okay, it happens. It happens. You always want to be something, and life always gives you a chance. So don't lose hope, and just remember that you're good. You're good, but you need to be honest with yourself, and please don't let anyone doubt your dreams, because if you are not trusting yourself, no one in this world would trust you. You need to trust yourself. You need to go with your gut feeling. You need to have no regrets later on. And you need to keep telling yourself that you'll be okay. Because at the end, everything is okay. So that would be my advice.
So this interview, IIM Calcutta interview, it is known to be quant intensive, right?
Yeah.
So how was that interview? I want to know what was the tricky question, or were you very sure that you're going to convert this call?
No, it was, I think it was subjective. I got my answers reviewed by a whole bunch of people. More than me, I would say my mentor, admin 2 was very confident. Yeah, you're getting a first list direct convert. But it is known to be quant heavy. Uh, I don't know if I was an exception, but they asked me no questions on quant. Yeah, yeah, I was surprised as well. The interview went on for about 15 to 20 minutes and no questions on quant. The questions were related to economic history of India. I think India China comparison was there. But yeah, I was surprised. My initial reaction was they had planned to reject me even before interviewing me, and that is why they haven't asked me any quant questions. So yeah, that was my initial reaction. But I think the interview went pretty good. As I said, I at that point of time I did not touch upon the subject of economic history of India, and that was the question that they asked. So I was quick on my feet. I tried to give a good account of myself, and whatever you know, be sure that you know that, and you're not just throwing anything in the air, because the panelist who's taking your interview knows how much you know, but just by the way of the flow of the conversation is good enough to give him an idea of how deep an understanding you have.
Right.
So
That's one thing that a lot of people think that this is going to be a question and answer thing that they ask and you give. But actually, all the interviews are conversations, right?
yeah, yeah. Listen, the thing is, if they wanted to judge you on aptitude basis, they have already done that via CAT. उन्होंने filter out कर दिया है तुमको. Now they just want to talk. The whole purpose of a personal interview, what I was able to derive from it, is the fact that they want to know you as a person, and every IIM has their own philosophy. So they want to see if you fit into that philosophy. So, as I said, be authentic, be genuine, give a good account of yourself, and then hope for the best, but prepare for the worst.
You were definitely not preparing for the worst, were you?
Uh, I try to be honest with myself. That's all I would say.
Okay. So now what next? What are you excited about?
I am excited about being a part of a new tribe called the Joka tribe. Uh, yeah, yes, the college has been very close to me since the very start. As I said, I have a call from Ahmedabad, but I will be picking IIM Calcutta. Uh, Ahmedabad, I am sorry, but
This is going on now.
it is going online. I know, but
Right
it's
now.
an amazing institute. I am Ahmedabad. Everyone dreams of it. I have dreamt of it as well. But okay, Ahmedabad is a crush, but Calcutta is my soulmate. So I'm excited of going to the campus.
Just
Uh,
a disclaimer, guys. Right now, the results have not been declared for Ahmedabad, and this guy has a wallpaper of Ahmedabad on his face, on his phone.
yeah,
And best of luck. You deserved every bit of it. All the sincere. We had a very casual chat, and I think a lot of people will gain a lot of knowledge out of it. But I think apart from all the fun you see, he's a very sincere person. You should have seen his knowledge on the subject. He was very strong at things he was talking about, and a great support system. And all of us are so happy that finally you're going to Joka. Congratulations and
I
best of
think
luck.
the happiest people on the group is one who's taking my interview right now, and the other who will not reveal his face and call himself admin too. Who probably is the strictest, but I think I'm his favorite child, so I don't know.
Does he say that to everyone?
I don't know. But yeah, I think he has this uncanny ability to connect with everyone. And I think he's a really good mentor. I have spoken about admin 2 a lot, but one thing I would like to say about admin 1 is without admin 2, I don't think there is admin 1, and without admin 1, there is no admin 2. I think they are a perfect combination. Uh, one is hot and the other is cold, good police and the bad police. One is always there to support you, and the other is always there to give you a realistic idea of where you stand from. So I would say my journey would have been incomplete without admin 2 and admin 1, because admin 1 has played as big a role as admin 2 has in my journey to Joka.
Don't worry, we are not letting you go anywhere from the tribe. You're going to be part of this.
Yes, yes, I would love to. I know I have people I can trust on, and that is the whole essence of btribe, I believe, because it gives you an essence of trust, which a lot of institutes wouldn't do that. I'm not trying to promote any institute; it's just my personal experience, and I would definitely say even if you are not at your best, you need people to be there by your side, because in life it doesn't matter which college you go to. At the end of the day, what matters is when you're on your deathbed, you need 10 people surrounding you and saying that we were good enough to be part of your journey. That is what life is
We
about.
are not talking philosophical deathbed, Abhi Sabuj. Please go and party, have fun, and congrats again.
Thank you, Gopal, and to anyone watching this, don't lose hope. Good things happen to good people, and dreams do come true.